Okay. Today we are going to watch video about Bobbi Althoff. Okay, and it's a video from Sunny V2 about why Bobbi Althoff's podcast failed so quickly. First of all, I'm so tired of all these podcasts going on. Can we please leave the random podcasters and podcasts in 2024, please? Thank you. But yeah, let's get to this video and let's see why her podcast failed. I know one thing, that she started to get into so many controversies and so many dumb questions she started to ask to her guests, that I guess no one wanted to do it anymore, or there's some other reason. She also had a lot of problems in her family as well. A lot of some I read, and I also saw a few videos about her, that why she's not, well, how crazy she is, you can say. But yeah, we're really gonna see this time that why she crazy, or why her kind of business, the podcast business, failed, you can say.
Bobbi Althoff's really good podcast started extremely strong, gaining millions of views with unique celebrity
Wow, those are a lot of good celebrities.
interviews. However, in just a year and a half, her viewership has basically flatlined, with almost 300,000 people agreeing, "I've never seen an industry plant fall off harder than she did." Her career began on TikTok in 2021, making dry, sarcastic content on the top
How I get ready to tan as 41-year-old who does not want to age.
of being a mother. She'd make only 26 videos before beginning the really good podcast, to which she'd adapt her dry, sarcastic style.
I think we look alike.
Kind of, but not really.
A little. You're like me in a different font.
The snippet quickly racked up almost 10 million views. The style was an instant success. This
entire
interview is like the calmest argument in history, and I love it.
Okay,
The
people are
snippets from the
enjoying,
next
huh?
episode went equally viral.
The clips did really well on TikTok. So I was like, okay.
Why I feel like any kind of clip does really good on TikTok? I think so. I mean, little bit any kind of humor, any kind of dumb humor, or any kind of clip just randomly do good on TikTok for some reason, man.
I guess I have something here.
But it was the episode with Funny Marco that completely changed everything. Because not only did the segments again pull crazy numbers, but the full episode gained over 5 million views without a single hate comment anywhere in sight. It's rare that two people I've never heard of make me laugh for an hour straight. This was special. This is hilarious. Marco has found the white woman version of himself. This should be a permanent duo. This is just the most cross-cultural, funny, awkward humor. People loved the honest branding of new episode whenever I can get someone to agree to let me interview them, the next of which being a very important person.
My video with Marco went very viral. Very viral. Then Drake liked one of the videos.
Yeah, he also got Drake on her podcast as well. I kind of saw a few reels here and there of that it was so awkward and weird. I don't know why.
And he followed me.
Bobbi therefore tried to get him on.
I'm gonna shoot my shot to Drake. So I was like, when are you gonna come on my podcast?
And he
said,
game right
yeah,
away.
he was ready to do it.
Landing Drake as her 4th ever podcast guest. From an entertainment standpoint, the episode was basically perfect. Not only had she landed Drake, who never does podcasts, but she'd done so in a funny, intimate setting, whilst keeping it calm and relaxed, to the extent that people thought they were just old friends.
The fact that you were so calm next to Champagne Poppy, because if I was in a bed next to Drake, I would be freaking out.
It therefore gained 10 million views in only 2 weeks, and added 700,000 subscribers to Bobbi's total count.
Wow.
As summarized by a tweet reading, "Drake giveth and Drake taketh away," Bobbi's interview with Drake began to ruin her reputation.
Okay, so Drake gave her a lot of viewership, Drake gave her a lot of subscribers, but he would be also the reason she would fall off, I think.
Because Bobbi had asked,
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
And when Drake said that Bobbi should get with his friend, she seemed kind of interested.
If I could hook you up with anyone, it would be my dog Smigs.
Smigs?
Smigs. Smiley.
Can you tell me about Smiley?
Let me show you a picture of him.
Why they're talking like that? Like they're not in front of camera.
Smiley.
Can you tell me about Smiley?
Let me show you a picture of him.
Let me show you what? Oh, picture of him. Okay.
Is he well known, or are you just a friend of yours?
The Funny Marco interview had a similar interaction,
Are you hitting on me?
You're not my type.
What's your type?
with Bobbi stating she started the podcast for the following reason.
To have a way to meet people, and the podcast, I was like, I wish I could have collaborate with other people.
Meeting new people likely wasn't sinister, but flirting with famous musicians seemed to annoy her husband, who filed for divorce only 6 days after.
That's what I have heard before. She got divorced. She got her own personal problems, and that really ruined her kind of a podcast, you can say.
She recorded the podcast with Drake. To make matters worse, Bobbi also admitted,
I flew all the way here
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
You missed your daughter.
What? Nah, man, that's crazy. That's some next level. I don't know what. On your daughter's first birthday, you are here sitting with a different man. Okay, I get it, is champagne puppy is Drake, dude. Still, I mean, you couldn't reschedule the thing. You couldn't do it any other day, any other time. So weird. She deserved this.
Be here.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
showing she was kind of
Drake spitting, dude. Drake is spitting. He's really saying her, you are wrong here.
ditching her family for social media fame.
Exactly.
It's kind of strange to anyone else that this woman who is married with children is constantly asking during these interviews with these rappers.
Oh, she's married, right? Yeah, and she's asking these guys, are you hitting on me? Do you like me? Am I your type? Golly. What is wrong with her?
If basically they would go out with her, if basically they would sleep with her if they like her.
She'd confirmed the divorce in a TikTok post, with comments stating celebrity status always ruins the best things in life. On Reddit, people stated, she got famous and he stayed the same. Few marriages survived that, whilst the rumors likely didn't help. Did Bobbi Althoff cheat with Drake quickly became a mainstream narrative. Suggesting a conspiracy was when Bobbi deleted the podcast, with Drake and Bobbi both unfollowing each other.
Oh damn, I did not know that.
Portnoy from Barstool Sports therefore sent her a text. My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I am saying that is not true. Bobbi replied, I'm not commenting publicly but off the record. You're right, that is not true. She'd share the text with the story, adding, I did not want to do this podcast in the first place, and now so much negativity is coming from it. I'm going to leave it alone after this, but this is the uncensored DM between Dave and I, although despite the not—
What do you mean she did not want to do this podcast at first place? Your daughter's first birthday was there, and you flew all the way to meet him in the bed and do that podcast. I mean, you had so much time, so many things, or so much to go through to think about really going there at that place. You had to pack the bags, take a plane, buy a ticket, fly, get to that place, get to that room, get into that bed, set up all that, and still you are like, I really did not want you to do this podcast at first place. Cap.
the rumors, the narrative was set. Bobbi Althoff left her husband to thot around with rappers.
Would you date someone that looks like me?
Oh my god, what are these questions she's asking while she's married, dude?
Because there's just a person
What does that mean?
looks exactly like me. They have a twin.
Maybe.
If I had a twin, would
Maybe.
you date them?
I mean, if you really see she don't really wanna say, would you date me? But she's saying, oh, someone exactly like me, will you date? So she's just changing the,
She was like cool and like,
The damage this did to Bobbi's image could be seen on her husband's Instagram, with comments reading, sorry that your ex sold you out for clout and fame, after which everything Bobbi did became some kind of drama. For example, she'd do a podcast with Lil Yachty, with people—
Yeah, from some clip also went viral from this podcast as well, which also ruined her more.
calling her ungrateful after she said this.
I walked into his house and it was super awkward because he's really kind of awkward. He didn't even say hi to me. He's just sitting there with like his 2 assistants. And then he comes up, he's like, oh, hi, gives me like a half hug. And I'm just like, hi, then goes back to his spot. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to do this. I'm texting my friend like, Ashley, I need to leave. This is so awkward. I don't want to, like, what am I doing here?
She wants to make awkward content and then puts Yachty on blast. Shaking my head. Gave her a platform and now she's shitting on y'all. See what happens? People then claimed that her fast rise to fame was orchestrated by her management company.
I'm pretty sure somebody at WME started help pulling the strings to set all this in motion.
Who also managed some of the people who appeared on Bobbi's show.
Well, you got a great agent and you got a great agency and you got great guests.
Bobbi simply trolled the claims, but there were other inconsistencies. For example, she constantly claimed that she was broke.
People think I'm joking about being in debt. I'm not. Like, I put every penny I had into this podcast.
And told Mark Cuban this.
I don't have any money.
None?
At all. I have debt, actually.
You have debt? How much debt do you have?
Like $20,000 of debt.
Then further added in her Rick Glassman podcast.
Every time a credit card maxes out, I have to switch to another. I have like 2 cards maxed out right now, so hoping to pay them off soon.
However, people realized she spent $500 on Chloe sandals. She is not broke, she is broken. Also noting that her husband was a millionaire who had 170,000 students who'd bought his $43 course.
Wow.
Eventually, Bobbi also revealed that the podcast wasn't serious.
So when you interview these people, you're not Bobbi necessarily.
No, yeah, I'm just like a really dry person.
Deleting more of the magic that first made her interesting. We mentioned that when she first interviewed Marco, there were no negative comments. However, 3 months later when Reddit asked thoughts on Bobbi Althoff, there wasn't a single positive comment. Annoying ASF and not funny at all. I can't stand her, don't find her funny.
I have never watched her single podcast in my life and probably would never even do, because, I mean, if I wasn't walking in her good time, why would I watch her when she's getting all this hate, bro? Because she's bad now. She's not worth the watch. But yeah, I have never watched her fully from, full whole podcast from start to finish. Never. I just only watched few clips on reels and here and there. That's all.
And find it odd that rappers are always her targets to pick on like she's better than them. Gives me the ick. I watched a few of her interviews. I just don't find her funny.
I don't think so she's funny at all. Where she's funny from? Why do they say she's funny?
This kind of awkward cringe humor is having a moment. Only 4 days after that Reddit thread, it was reviewed as the not so really good podcast, which stated the content itself is boring. The episodes also lack direction and a central theme, probably because they only consist of small talk. The podcast fails to deliver anything substantial or thought-provoking.
Yeah, you don't get away with anything after you watch the whole podcast. You only, it's like blabbering or yapping or just 2 people just saying, yeah, what do you think about this? Yeah. You like me or not? No, I don't like you. Okay, you like that person? Yeah, can I show you his page? Like, who cares, bro? Like, give me something,
Instead, it provides a glimpse into how celebrities behave in casual settings, which may seem intriguing to some, but ultimately failed to engage me.
Yeah, I get it.
Another person said that Bobbi's podcast sadly points out how real hip-hop journalism has been practically erased, while even funny Marco began to critique her show.
With me, it was like, I think you're funny, Marco, but let me learn about you. Like, trying to figure me out. But now, it's like the interviews, I think they're like, she's trying to shit on people. And when I watched the interview, Offset, I'm like, damn, that was pretty bad.
As mentioned, she was plain disrespectful during her podcast with Offset, leading her to respond with similar energy.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken, just on
dry as hell,
the thing, you pull it off, and then you serve the dish.
It seemed this was when many people quit watching Bobbi's show, aided by full podcast episodes that were just promoting products. And she'd also change her appearance, leading to criticism bad enough for Bobbi to respond.
I am so tired of all of the
she got all those fillers, dude. What the hell?
People saying she ruined her face. The only thing I have done to my face is that I have a little bit of filler in my upper lip.
okay? I do not have cheek filler.
In a different video, she talked about getting other procedures.
I went in to get my zit injected and I left with Botox in my forehead, which, you know, that's fine, that's normal. I had lines here. I also didn't like that this would crease so much when I'd smile, so I got under eye filler. So I got Botox injected right here.
Which, perhaps unfairly, has only led to even more hate. 15 minutes are up. Bye, Bobbi. I am so tired of Bobbi. Get off the internet, boring. The last couple of months.
Why do you even have to just comment? Just skip the video, bruh. Not worth it.
Has changed. The dry, sarcastic humor has become normal conversation, and all the awkward, quiet moments are often removed in editing. Strangely, however, this only makes it even more awkward and less entertaining, as it feels like any other normal podcast.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so young.
I'm a baby still.
Wait, I didn't realize you were so young. I thought we were the same age. Now I feel really old.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
You're not really old.
This entire interview feels like they are making small talk while waiting for She'd also do an episode
I'm like, why they are standing?
In which she was way ruder than any other podcast.
What is something fun that makes it
not this guy, man. I never thought I would see him in podcast.
Just having good conversation.
Okay, yeah, I love good conversation.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Too awkward person.
This genuinely was not even an interview. This was like bullying the nice kid and making him feel horrible in any
Bro,
way.
don't do podcasts, dude. Especially with her.
Judging by the dislike ratio,
oh man.
Yet another doozy.
And then I saw this video of a girl talking about how much she made from her podcast, and I mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
I saw how much someone made and thought, that's what I need to do. Wow, what a passionate and inspiring individual.
True.
Toward the start of her career, Bobbi joked, not more money though, and that's all that matters in the world, but it seems that's now her actual philosophy.
I didn't grow up with money. I am on a lifelong journey to get money. I love
money's nice.
It's amazing.
Ever since doing the interview, Bobbi's viewership has significantly slowed.
Huh.
Her reputation is far from perfect, whilst her interview style has simply gone stale.
What the hell? She deserves all the hate she's getting. First of all. Yeah, I mean, I saw many clips of her on Instagram the Drake clip, Lil Yachty clip, and few other clips about her divorce and all her drama going on in her personal life. Then I was like, then this is the time. I mean, this is it, you know. Everything will go down now because first of all, I never saw the praise of her or never saw anything like, oh wow, this podcast is amazing, guys, you should check this out, or any good clip from her, you know, any kind of good clip from her podcast going viral, anything. So maybe that's why I never was able to watch her podcast fully, you know, from any of these famous celebrities, you can say. I did not watch even the Drake. I really like Drake, but I never watched even that interview or podcast, you can say, which she did with Drake. But yeah, I mean, the whole podcast is nothing, man. It's dry, small talk. It's no talk at all. It's like, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing? What did you do? Yeah, you like him, do this to him in the bed tonight, hook up, blah blah blah. Like, dude, like, give us something, you know. Like, there are so many other podcasts you can watch and get some knowledge, get even knowledge, like anything about business, about construction, about cars, about some horror stories. So much stuff is out there, you know. So you can have some more entertainment if you really want, or if you want to learn to know about something, you can do that too. But I don't get it why people would really watch her at first place, just because after seeing this, how dry and just overall bad podcast is, dude. Like, it doesn't make sense to watch her podcast. But yeah, I guess she deserve. All she want is money. She left her family just because of money and views, and it's good her her husband got the divorce, and it's sad for a kid to go through all that, but yeah, that's different story. But yeah, the way she was on her daughter first birthday, not even, you know, 5th, 7th, just put that on first birthday, and you are there in a bed with some other dude far away from your home, and that's just too much, too much. But yeah, I guess she deserved it, and people really started to know that this is wrong, what she's doing is not what we want, or she's just doing everything for money. And then we were like, okay, it's time to cancel her, and boom, she's gone. And yeah, it's been a quite while. I have not seen any clip of her podcast or anywhere, even on YouTube or any other social medias. I guess I don't watch her before. I did not watch her before anyways, but yeah, still good for her, I think so. If she's making some money, I mean, she can, but she won't make or she won't get that many views as she was getting before, you know. But yeah, she deserve all this hate, man, because she's just too greedy, and she thinks she's funny. I don't know who are these people who are thinking she's funny, because from the clips I have seen, I don't get any idea of funny anywhere. Not funny anywhere near her, dude. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, this was the video on Bobbi and why she failed as a podcaster. Or bro, can we leave podcast in 2024? But yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.